Thank you, guys. Give it up for Reg. Oh my gosh. So fun. How's everyone doing tonight? It does seem like there's a lot of single people here, which makes me feel better. Anyone have a relationship that could not survive in Corona? No, just me. Did anyone have a relationship that could only survive in Corona? You know what I mean? Like, my friend just FaceTimed me the other day. She was like,
is Corona okay?
she met this guy, like, you know, on an app during it. They've been dating, and she's like, he's great, but like, I know there's got to be something. And she's like, FaceTime me. She's like, I figured it out. Turns out he only wears sweatpants. It's not a Corona thing. This was before as well. And yeah, the guy who dumped me during Corona, like, so yeah, he thought of it as a relationship that couldn't survive in Corona. I thought of it as one that could only survive in Corona. Like he was pretty boring, and I knew that, but I was like, just be nice, like, you're alone here. This was like, you know, back in like April, and I was like, I just can't, you know, I don't want to. He could be like a sex doll at that point, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. And yeah, when he was breaking up with me, I was like, I'm shocked, you know? And he was like, are you really shocked? You know, it doesn't seem like we're that compatible long term. And I was like, compatible long term? You could be a volleyball with a bloody handprint on it. Like, we need company. We need company. We're in isolation. And even though, yeah, the writing was on the wall, but I was devastated, you know? For like a day, I was devastated. And then, like, after one day, I was like, was he a man? Or was he a man-shaped sack of lo mein? Like, he could have been just like anything. And I still would have talked to him. Anyway, yeah. I still would have talked to him. I still would have had sex with him if he was a man-shaped sack of lo mein. Do you guys know about that urban legend about like the weird roommate who has like a sack of lo mein? Okay, that's what I started to. I was thinking of that about him a little bit while we were together. I was like, is he real? Like, make sure he's really a man. Anyway, he was boring. He was really boring, is what I'm saying. What else, guys? Yeah, so I kind of have become a slut ever since then. Like, any other Corona sluts up in here? I think it, like, you know, a lot of my friends, a lot of my close friends are like, you know, you've kept it like close to the vest for all these years. You know, why now? You know, why during a global pandemic is this the time that you're loosening the purse strings? But to me, it does make sense. It actually has to do with the revolution. Like, I'm waking up, I'm realizing that there's a lot of things about the way I think that I do, like, just to be normal. And I'm not really sure if they're right. Basically, I'm doing it for BLM. Like, I am a full slut now. I really am. Like, you know, on the Hinge, on the apps, that's my main app is Hinge. And, you know, I updated my profile. It says I'm all about the revolution. If you're white, we can go to a protest. If you're black, I'll just come over. I'm not trying to like put more emotional labor on black people right now by like making them like go on 3 dates with me. I'll just do it. Yeah, it's funny. It's also. Being, you know, I'm still a hypochondriac, and I am really like conscious of public health. I am a careful Corona slut. I get tested once a week, actually. I'm not joking. Like, now it's kind of just like, because I'm like proud that I can like take the Q-tip so well. It's always the same guy. I go to the same place, and he's like, you are getting really good at this. I'm like, are we ready for double? He's like, that's not going to help with the test. And I'm like, it's going to help with something. I don't know. I even, you know, like my consciousness of the public health, like, it's kind of even affected my sexual, like, proclivities, like what I like. Like, now my favorite position is this thing I call the pretty woman. Which is, you know, it's obviously no kissing. No kissing because I don't want to get Corona. Lots of eye contact because maybe they will catch feelings. And, I obviously do it, outside in the streets in the open air. And I try to do it in a marginalized community so that maybe I'm bringing more traffic to the sex workers. It's the runoff from my business that I bring could help the community. As I'm sure it did in Pretty Woman. What else, guys? Yeah, another reason I think it is appropriate to become slutty during a global pandemic is masks are just kind of sexy to me, no one else. There's something a little bit sexual about it. It's not like an Eyes Wide Shut thing. It's actually the way that people are with masks is to me a sexual metaphor. It's a prophylactic, so it's you have your mains in your sides. There's the people that I'm not going to oh yeah, I'll hang out with you, but without a mask. But don't post this. No. And I kind of think that you can also tell a guy's condom etiquette from how they are with the mask. On my way here, I saw a guy take off his mask to sneeze. That's a stealther. That's the worst of all worlds. I like to notice how people, the way that we are with our with our masks, Freudian slip, our masks under our chin, it's it's not doing anything there, but it's kind of how keeping the condoms near the bed. It's it's right there, it's ready, it's gonna make you feel better knowing it's there, but it's maybe we should have put it on sooner. Anyway, you'll see people are catching up with their friends and masks off, we're fully talking, and we only put on that mask for the climax moment, which is the Corona hug, where you go in and you put on the mask, and it's kind of no one's putting on a condom for third base. You're just waiting for the big number. Also, sometimes people go in for the Corona hug with no mask, but they hold their breath. To me, that's pulling out. Yeah, I love watching people's mask behavior. You can learn a lot. For instance, I think that when you put on your mask now, when you pass someone, that's sort of the 2020 purse clutch. It's it's a very modern now way to reveal your internalized racism. If you're a white woman, no one else here is a white woman. Damn. Oh, I got the light. Got it. My bad, Reg. No, just kidding. I'm doing great, guys. This is going well for me. I'm happy about this. I do want to say a few more things about what else we got. Okay, yeah. So speaking of revolutions that I am comfortable talking about, give it up for Me Too. Even though there's a lot of problems with it, a lot of stuff got done. I'm a software engineer in my day job, and believe it or not, I get sexually assaulted at work a lot less now. That's great, guys. Give it up for that. It might be because, of Zoom. That we're at home. We did have a sexual harassment training via Zoom. And for those of you who don't know the technical definition of sexual harassment, it's when someone that you work with hits on you or touches you inappropriately and they're not hot. It's awful. I'm this guy did something terrible to me. He actually this was back in the office. He credit card swiped my butt crack with his hand because I was just making conversation with this fucking It's he's credit card swiping me. I was dude, come on, it's a chip. Please insert it. It's bad. This guy. To make it worse, he's gross. He's one of those metrosexuals. You know what I mean? He's one of those guys who's sexually attracted to the New York City subway system. You know what I mean, guys? You know the type, software engineer. Anyway, speaking of autism, I recently decided to go back to grad school to get my master's in machine learning. And when you go back, you have to get vaccines. And my mom is kind of one of those anti-vaxxers, actually. And she was like, Betsy, are you sure you want to do this? You get, the vaccine, it could contain mercury, and like, God forbid, that causes autism. And I was like, Mom, it's a computer science program. Literally counting on that. Don't see how I'll get through it otherwise. So now I'm just like addicted to getting vaccines. I'm shooting them up every day after work in the Walgreens. Sometimes I wear a little black turtleneck so they think I'm that Theranos lady. Another blonde woman shattering the glass ceiling on technology fraud. Okay, thanks guys.